This is my mom, my little sister, and my stepdad. We're in our hotel room on vacation, and sorry for the mess, but it's just crazy here. This is my outfit. Okay, so we are told that if you do not learn from our history, we're bound to repeat it. Years ago, on December 7th, 1941, our country tried to avoid being directly involved in the war. However, we supplied the Allied countries to aid them. It wasn't until the United States was attacked by Pearl Harbor and Americans lost countless military and civilian lives by the Empire of Japan. Did we actually get involved in the war? We also lost 188 U.S. aircrafts and 2,400 Americans were killed, and 1,288 wounded. Now we find ourselves in the same position, many years later when the United States was again attacked. You have to ask yourselves, why were we attacked? Why did this happen to us? It was again our unwillingness to participate in the war, but we just supplied it. When the Afghanistan army led by Osama bin Laden was prepared to fight off the Soviet Union, our military special forces trained and supplied them to do so. Our country trained Osama bin Laden and his army for some time and supplied them with weapons to fight their fight. They informed them that they have our support. When it came time to support the Afghanistan troops, sadly our government turned its head and didn't want to be involved. Angered by the fact that yet again we supplied a war and not fought in it, the Al-Qaeda and bin Laden citizens in the U.S. support of Israel. The presence of U.S. troops in Saudi Arabia, which sanctioned against Iraq and motions for the attacks that were committed in the United States. On September 11, 2001, a coordinated to strike the area of New York City and Washington, D.C. These attacks were strategically planned by a great architect who received his degree from the United States. On that Tuesday morning, 19 terrorists from the Islamic military group Al-Qaeda hacked 4 passenger jets, and the hijackers intentionally piloted 2 of those planes into American Airlines Flights 1111 and American Airlines Flight 175 into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center complex in New York City. Both towers collapsed within 2 hours. The hijackers also intentionally crashed the American Airlines 77 into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and intended to pilot the 4th hijacked jet, United Air Flight 93, into the United States Capitol building in Washington, D.C. However, the plane crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, after the passengers' attempt to take control of the jets from the hijackers. Nearly 3,000 people in the attack during the including the 227 civilians and 19 hijackers aboard the 4 planes, none of which survived, and 6,000 got injured in the destruction of the Twin Towers, caused by $1 million in damage to the economy in Lower Manhattan, and it has a significant impact in the global market. Cleanup in the World Trade Center site was completed in May 2002, and the Pentagon was repaired within a year. Numerous memorials were constructed, including the including the National September 11th Memorial and Museum in New York City, the Pentagon Memorial and Flight 93 National Memorial in Pennsylvania. After a lengthy delay, the 1,776-foot-tall World Trade Center was expected to be completed at Ground Zero in New York City by 2013. The United States responded to the attacks by launching a war on terror and invading Afghanistan to diminish the Taliban, which was harbored to Aqaba. Many countries strengthened their anti-terrorism legislation and expanded the law enforcement powers. To keep from repeating our mistakes, we need to learn from them.